Secondly, the financial national strategy is the most prosperous. There have always been rumors of American conspiracy theory in the financial market. For example, the United States wants to force the RMB to appreciate, just like Japanese asset price bubble in that year, and let China's economy fall into recession. The Southeast Asian financial crisis is believed to be largely due to the financial conspiracy of the UK. The UK used international speculators to destroy the Hong Kong economy, allowing the Chinese government to take over a mess like Hong Kong, while the US cooperated with its actions to profit from it. No matter whether the conspiracy theory is established or not, finance has actually been regarded as an important means of national strategy by the United States and Britain. They are controlling the redistribution of global resources by financial means, such as using finance to control the world's agricultural civilization and industrial civilization. The prices of agricultural products, energy, and resources are all controlled by the futures market. In addition to being regarded as a national policy measure, finance itself has also become an end, such as the United States launching the Kosovo War to prevent the return of European financial capital and blow up the euro. The organic combination of political deception, military strikes, and financial gain has become a common national policy in the United States and Britain. From this it can be seen that financial civilization not only has economic significance in the United States and Britain, but also has significant political significance value. Thirdly, the logical deferral of the industrial economy is the most classic there. The rise of the old financial industry in the UK as a result of the Industrial Revolution, raising funds and taking on risks, have supported huge investments in transportation, energy, raw materials, infrastructure, and other aspects, promoting manual production to fully enter the industrial civilization era of large-scale machine production. The Dow Jones stock market in the United States provided the main financial driving force for the development of industrial civilization. Through the listing of enterprises, a bridge was built between industrial civilization and financial civilization. For example, the compensation of company executives was changed from the payment law of industrial civilization to the payment law of financial civilization, which instantly magnified the hard work and linear accumulation of company executives in the stock market. And the Nasdaq stock market plays a bridging role in the grafting of new economic civilization and financial civilization, using the interests and rules of financial civilization to stimulate Americans' innovation enthusiasm, which in turn promotes the development of new economic civilization. Interests of people be respected, rather than being a broad concept. The difficulty of transforming this concept lies in encountering the resistance of traditional ideology and the covert boycott of vested interest groups. Another prerequisite is the upgrade of the governance concept, that is, the upgrade of the version of making decisions for the people, which is undertaken by everyone upgrading from limited liability to a limited and bounded management model that leads social rules and maintains their fair execution. Previously, the direct participation of the state in the operation of the economy inevitably led to self-interest, resulting in impure motives for the state. However, when the state is above economic interests and only serves as the creator and maintainer of the system, the transformation of its role creates a natural demand for the principles of fairness and justice. The controversial labor contract law, to some extent, is a manifestation of the shift in national motivation from favoring enterprises to providing universal coverage for the interests of workers. It is a transition from a focus on efficiency first to a balance between fairness. Despite its poor timing, it is still a landmark milestone, because the more a few people resist, the more they can reflect that it actually represents the interests of the majority and touches the pain points of interest groups. At present, it is the Ministry of Power that undermines the principles of fairness and justice, distorts the state's motives seriously, and causes even greater public discontent. The phenomenon of door-oriented, departmental interest-oriented, and interest group-oriented. Many authorities use the name of the state to harm the people and enrich the private sector, and practice monopoly under the guise of maintaining fairness and justice. This distorts the essence and core of the national political system, which means that the state represents the interests of the entire society and the nation, and implements its representation through various state machines. However, in reality, various state machines become representatives of the state and fulfill the interests of their own departments in the process of representation. This deviation is the source of social contradictions at this stage. The real reason for the large-scale mass incident in Wengan County, Guangzhou, is that the government has repeatedly violated the interests of the masses in mineral resources development, resettlement, building demolition and other work, and in the process of handling conflicts, disputes and mass incidents. Some cadres have a rough style, simple working methods and random use of police force. Although the stock market was in a mess in the first half of the year, there were still over billion yuan in stamp duty receipts, and local state-owned asset management commissions are still preparing to queue up local state-owned enterprises, exchange members holding exchange member stocks, and all financial institutions can participate in securities trading (ISUOS) activities, abolish various financial investment regulations, and banks began to provide comprehensive financial services, including securities business. In OMS of regulation, the Bank of England has transferred the regulatory function of the banking industry to the Financial Services Authority of the UK. The financial Big Bang in the UK completely destroyed the financial division of the UK and Commonwealth countries and promoted the integration of merchant bank business and stockbroking business, as well as the integration of commercial banks and investment banks. Commercial banks in the UK have successively acquired and merged securities brokers, gradually emerging a group of super financial institutions, covering various fields such as banking, securities, insurance, trusts, etc., becoming a versatile financial group similar to Germany. Just as the Thatcher Revolution triggered a wave of global market-oriented reforms, the City of London's finance exploded. The explosion triggered a global wave of financial liberalization. Japan Tokyo financial explosion. Japan's financial liberalization reform directly refers to the sample of the UK which is called the Tokyo Financial Big Bang. This is short. The Hashimoto Cabinet of Japan was launched on July with the core of promoting financial liberalization by relaxing financial regulations. The main legal basis of the Tokyo financial explosion is the Foreign Exchange Control Law and the Bank of Japan Law. The main content is that Japan will relax foreign exchange trading restrictions, and the venues for foreign exchange trading are not limited to licensed banks, and even supermarkets can engage in currency exchange. Japan's financial industry is officially moving towards free competition. Digitalization, the Internet, and other technologies have broken down all the walls of the world, allowing the democratization of capital, technology, and information to come at the same time. Technological progress has proven that the function of the left brain can be replaced, and technology can be more efficient. Secondly, the transformation of exchange, production, trading, innovation, and lifestyle, especially as China is facing the cross-cutting of these 5 ways, has led more and more people to shift from practical rational needs such as survival and food, to emotional demands such as entertainment and happiness. The shift from focusing on high economic growth with one hand GDP to sacrificing GDP to achieving energy conservation and consumption reduction and calculating the happiness index in various regions is clear evidence. Thirdly, the Huashan road of science and technology has been falsified, and various factors such as capital, culture, and talent are constantly being dismantled, grafted, and integrated under the impact of marketization, industrialization, virtualization, and other forms. The reallocation of these resource elements is not just a theoretical logical deduction and systematic analysis, but requires improvised inspiration, obsession with details, and creativity. Fourthly, people's faith in science and technology is quietly transforming into a reverence for art and creativity. On the one hand, compared to professions such as lawyers, accountants, and auditors, many people prefer to work in the fields of art, entertainment, and design. For example, art designers in the United States have grown tenfold in the past decade. On the other hand, creativity is becoming a global trend. Singapore's creative industry with design, art, and media as its 3 pillars, has an average annual growth rate of over 8% higher than economic growth. And Shanghai's creative industry has also accounted for 6.55% of the local GDP. In addition, the government T's emphasis and cultivation on the creative industry, such as Chongqing's plan to build 20 creative industry bases in 2008, bringing the assets of the creative industry to over 800 billion by 2012, will undoubtedly accelerate the switching of the creative engine. As a result, with AG-IM, left brain control is clearly outdated, and the thinking style of the younger generation has shifted from left switch from brain to right brain. The right brain belongs to the brain that can generate beauty and joy through inspiration, intuition, music, art, religion, and other aspects. It processes information through spatial dependence and intuitive simulation of creative thinking, opening up a jumping and fantasy imagination space for humans. The right brain represents personalization, virtualization, creativity, and fashion, which precisely matches the infiltration of multiple civilizations, the intersection of multiple ways, and the fusion of multiple needs under globalization. For convening